Hi, Robert. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for being here. So, Robert, we go way back. Robert is a very good friend of mine. So, Robert, can you give us a quick background about yourself, who you are, and maybe how did you get into crypto?
Yeah, for sure. So, hey, Rami, really nice to be here, having this talk with you. Yeah, I'll introduce myself. I'll give a bit of a background about what I do. So, yeah, I'm Robert Chammas. I have a background in filmmaking. That's originally my profession. I've been doing this for almost 15 years. And I've started my career, as a freelance videographer, just taking any job I can find, until eventually I co-founded a production house with a friend. And we did, throughout the years, we worked on all sorts of video content, from documentary series, TV shows, comedy sketches, commercials. We just experimented with so many genres of videos through this production house. And we even did animation. So there was, so this is connected to the later question about how I got into cryptocurrency and the work I do now. So one style that I really liked while working in video production is called a hybrid style. So we would fuse, real life footage with animation. And this is where my passion for animation kind of was really started to pop up. Previously, we used to have a team. We used to outsource like a graphic designer, animator, and focus more on the direction and the storytelling. But eventually I started to take up interest in animation from watching my team work. So I was eventually taught myself to do that on my own. And so this is what I'm doing now full time, more than what I used to do before with the production house. Now I'm doing animation full time, like 2D, 3D animation. And I do it mostly with Genius Yield. And how I got into crypto. So there was a year gap where work had gotten very scarce. And that was due to COVID, that was due to mixed actually with later on the revolution that we had in Lebanon. And finally the coup de grace, which was the port explosion, which completely stopped, business in the country. So at that time, things were difficult with work. And also there was also the thing about the banks, not giving you your money anymore, the hyperinflation in the country, we completely lost trust in that system because what happened with us specifically in the country, which kind of naturally led me to get interested in cryptocurrency. It's mainly thanks to a good friend of ours that you had here also on a call, interviewing him, which is Rami, which we are all, I guess, grateful for, for introducing us to this world at the very, very beginning. And he was mostly also invested in Cardano from the very beginning. So he told me about that. And after doing my research, I thought that, as I said, naturally, that would be a way to move away from the banks, to move away from this broken system, especially in Lebanon, which was a complete illusion that left us, how to say it, all the work we did, it was for nothing, in the sense that we couldn't keep our money safe. We worked for nothing, just in that sense. So yeah, I naturally took up interest in crypto. And one of the ways we were doing that, so of course, naturally, I invested in some coins, among them Cardano and different cryptocurrencies at the beginning, but I didn't know what I was doing that much. But one technique of investment was that we would follow new projects and their socials, like Twitter, Discord, and Telegram. We would join these groups from the very beginning of their foundation. And at the time, Rami sent me an invitation to the Discord group of Genius Yield. So that was back in March, April 2021. And that eventually led to me working for them. So I can tell you how.
You were already in
Yeah.
Lebanon. So you were already in Lebanon, and everything happened while you were in Lebanon.
Yeah.
So my question is, what is Genius Yield?
Okay, so Genius Yield, it's a lot of things. So Genius Yield is mainly a decentralized exchange, but that's how they aim to start, like by building a decentralized exchange and then implementing on top of that exchange a yield optimizer to manage people's yield. And then besides that, they also have Genius X, which is a launchpad for new tokens and an accelerator program to help other companies like crypto startups become successful. And also on the side, they have the Genius Academy, which kind of breaks down all the fundamental concepts, of blockchain, Web3. They explain everything. And they have video content articles that for like absolute beginners to more tech-savvy crypto professionals, so they have that range of educational content as well. And yeah, that's pretty much all the branches of Genius Yield. So you have the Genius Yield DEX Yield Optimizer, Genius X, Launchpad, and Accelerator Program, and then you have the Academy.
Of course, they have their token.
Yeah, of course. So they have the Genius
Probably they have
token
many
and
tokens.
the Genius X. Yeah, and the Genius X token.
Okay, great.
Yeah, that's it.
So because I had this idea about them that they do yield farming.
Yeah, it's part of what they do.
It's just part of it, of what Genius
it's
Yield
part
is.
of the services that they provide on their decks.
So Robert, what do you work with Genius Yield? What do you do? Are you employed by Genius Yield? What do you do exactly?
So I'm a contractor with Genius Yield. So I'm not like a full-time, like not officially an employee, but they consider it kind of like a full-time job. But I'm actually like a contractor with them. So I'm freelancing with Genius Yield. And what I do is that I create all their video content. I create all the video content for Genius Yield socials, mainly for their YouTube channel. We create many different video series to cover everything that they are doing with this project. It started from their ISPO, which is initial stake pool offering, which is kind of like their funding program to get the project all started. And then we did like a series to explain how their decentralized exchange is going to work. It's like an 8-episode series. We did an 8-episode series also for the Genius Academy, which was explaining, all the concepts of blockchain and cryptocurrency and Web3, and kind of like they dumped down the content so most people would understand what are those concepts. We did some videos explaining what's Genius X, how the Launchpad works, how the accelerator program works, and what are the services that they provide to the other like crypto startups that they want to help accelerate. And finally, there was the monthly tech update that Genius Yield does that's presented by their Chief Technical Officer, Marvin Burton. So I was editing all of that. And once a year, we go to the Cardano Summit. So I film a bunch of interviews for Genius X for all the startups that have joined their accelerator program, and a promotional video of the summit in general. So that's pretty much what I do with Genius Yield. So I make all their video content. So I'm their digital content creator.
Amazing. So you're gonna be in the summit in almost like a week.
Yeah, it's in 1 week. Yeah.
I hope you enjoy it, and it's very fruitful and full of networking. So pretty much
forward.
you've been you've been with Genius Yield since the beginning then. It's been a while. I remember it's been like at least 2 years you've been working.
Yeah. So there's an interesting story behind that, like how it happened. It's just like a matter of like being in the right time at the right place kind of situation for me, because a few months before, like around March, April 2021, Rami, as I said, he sent me the link to the Genius Yield Discord group. But at the time when I joined them, it was still like at the level of just an idea, and there was maybe just one moderator on the group. Didn't have much activity. Then around November, I noticed that there was like a lot of activity happening on their Discord channel. More people were talking. And I just was lucky enough to spot Laurent's message. Laurent, who's now the current CEO of Genius Yield, who was asking at the time, who wants to be a moderator who's interested in being a moderator for Genius Yield for the main channel. And I just happened to be there at the right moment when he asked that question. And I DM'd him directly asking him, like, can I be a moderator with you? Because at the time work was like not that much. I thought maybe it's a good way for me to infiltrate kind of that community, that new field. So he accepted. With my little experience and know-how in this. What was the deal maker at the time was that I spoke 3 languages, and that motivated him to hire me. And so I was hired to manage, like, to be a moderator on the main Telegram and Discord channel, and translate some content into Arabic, which I did also.
Amazing.
And that lasted for a month. And then after a month, when I got to know Laurent and the head of community, which was Valentin at the time, I told them that I'm a video editor. I do animation. So they said, let's do a trial with you. We'll give you a text explaining what our ISPO is, and you do like an explainer video for that. I sent them like a 1-minute sample of that, what would that video would look like. And they loved it so much that the month after I started with them as a full-time video content creator. And it's been 2 years since then, making all this content I talked about previously. Yeah, awesome. So I was lucky to meet those people. Amazing team, great work with them. And just lucky to be part of this whole community and the Genius Yield family.
Time flies. So now the last question: what's the best part about working with Genius Yield? What would you say?
I think it's mostly the amount of trust they put towards working with me, and kind of the creative freedom they give me, which for me is like very important. Because at least this, for me, this is my impression, is that there is not much content about crypto in general in the whole crypto space. There's not that much video content, especially not like elaborate explainer animations and promotionals and things like that. So for me, there was no reference to what this could look like, as videos for this kind of field. So it was pretty challenging and at the same time stimulating to kind of turn all these texts that they would provide me, these explainer texts and scripts, into like these visual adaptations of what a blockchain could be and everything. So it was very fun and stimulating to kind of put these words into like a visual adaptation and create all these fun animations that I did, like from explaining how the DEX works and the Genius Academy content and everything. So yeah, so the best part would be definitely that they trust me and they give me the creative freedom. Mainly their corrections are about the information within the video. So it's not like completely wrong, because I'm not like super experienced in crypto and that's more their job, but everything visual, creative, they give me full permission to do whatever I want. And this motivates me to do better, because they just give me all that trust. And it started with Laurent just taking a shot, with me and just telling me like, okay, work with us. And every time he's like taking a shot with me, I'm thinking like, I'm not going to let him regret this decision, because like it's unusual for me as someone who works here in this environment in Lebanon to have someone put so much trust in you like from the very beginning. But I feel like that's such amazing leadership, and I appreciate that kind of what's the word, like ta'amul, like that kind of
interpersonal.
Yeah, that's the way you should treat like contractors and your employees, and they will, in that case, push themselves to do the best that they can. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Genius Yield is pretty much my only crypto client, but hopefully I'm going to expand my crypto clientele and eventually like open maybe an agency that's dealing with these kind of clients, because it's a community that I really appreciate. And I'm hoping to meet a lot of cool people.
Cheers to that. Cheers to that. Yeah. Knock on wood. I hope everything goes according to plan. And thanks again, Robert, for sharing all this experience, this personal experience. And thank you for your time.
Thank you, Rami. Yeah.
And hope to see you soon also.
For sure.
Have a good day.
حبيبي
باي
you too.
باي.
You too. Bye.